in stores. But the question is, does this solve the problem? That is what we have as a question. Sometimes when you put a decision, you look at the two sides and you do a good synthesis and see whether it is pragmatic. You are banning bags, so how do people purchase things and come out from the shops? It is a difficult situation to handle. But does banning bags, is it something that is going to stop the activities of the bumpers? I mean, is it something that is it going to stop them? That's the question. Sometimes I think that decisions are taken sometimes by the DOs or by the representatives of the state to also, I mean, give a flair or a picture.
Are you saying that he's seeking for notice?
Not seeking for notice, but at least showing that he's working. It's a possibility to show that he is working, because it doesn't take long to notice that this is going to be a difficult situation to handle. How do you ban bags? How do you ban bags? So how do people, I mean, purchase things? Where do they keep, I mean, put the things inside of? For me, it is something very bizarre. So the question is, it is not only bizarre, that's a contention. It's not only bizarre, but it does not really solve the problem. And I think that there can be much more better consultations, which starts with bringing up a committee, identifying the problem, and those who are doing the bumping, who are there first, and what is prompting them. It could be an expression of indignation. We do not support that. It could be another way to tell the people that we are not happy or one or two things. So how do you think that you're going to, because sometimes when you take decisions, it is the masses, it is the people who suffer the consequences, who are also going to suffer if they don't have bags to enter into the market. But we are not sure, we can't guarantee for certainty whether this is going to lead to an abrogation of the activities of the bumpers.
And Mr. Carl, he promised that policemen are going to track down any defaulter to this decision that he has taken. Are you seeing that in the days ahead, police will start hunting household women on their way to the market?
But, this is a full expression of urbanism, because using the force of law to intensify that kind of decision, it's not feasible. What's the percentage or what's the ratio of police to civilian? And I mean, that grandma that depends on her bag for her carriage, for her leverage, will the policeman, beat her up? Will he arrest her? Will he molest her because she has a bag? No, this is not feasible. I think that these are some of the decisions where we need to rethink over and maybe look for other measures that are quite practical to solve the problem. Because the problem is not the bag, the problem is the people. So if we don't solve the issues, we are always going to beat around the bush and exercise, force where it's not needed. And this is going to lead back to, repression. This is going to lead back to people are not going to give in, and, another cycle of insecurity, you can name it.
Mr. Lodu, we are coming out. Is there any little suggestion you can make to the attention of the SEO, Mr. Emmanuel Lodu, so that if this measure is not reinforced, what other measures could be produced, should be proposed to help curb the increasing rate at which people are placing bombs here and there, which is a threat to security?
I think that you can only sensitize the people and raise their awareness on security to be more vigilant for now, because Mr. Lodu, the SDO, did not really give a precision of the cause of these things. He did not give a precision of which set of people are making the country very difficult for us to live in now. So what we can do for now is to raise awareness, to be more vigilant, and then the way we call on many of the preponderance of the technicians to come together and sit around a common table to bring out possible counterattacks that will not be, will not break down or weigh down on the masses, but equally bring a solution to the people. Because if you look at it, at the entrance of banks, we have those people, I don't know how to call it, is it baguette, whom they place on you to check the bomb. But for me, it is insane. If I'm having a bomb, the moment you are checking, what if it is at that time that I am to activate the bomb?
Detonate it.
Yes. What if it is at that time? So I think that we should resort to technological advancement. We have technology which, detecting bombings, and I think that the states can do it. The Unity Palace and all other strong institutions do have that. It is difficult to hear that those strong institutions have had issues of bombings or something that has happened, because they have resorted to technological advancements for detonation, all those things. But when it comes to the people, nothing has been done. I don't think that they are ignorant of what can be done. I think that they know what can be done. So stop taking decisions that would be, would weigh on the masses, that would give them a lot of stress or would make them to suffer more.
More sensitization. Mr. Carl, what other measure could we put together to help the people out of danger during this end of year's festivity?
I think that we need to bring the people together in the sense that the people should feel that they are part of the solution. And as he rightly said, reinforce sensitization. And I want to add the fact that we can identify the role of traditional rulers, the role of quarter heads in the process. People live in communities, and in communities they have leaders. And if the government can better relate with these people, they are going to better transmit the information to the whole crowd, and you're going to see that the rate of insecurity is going to be reduced.
And talking about traditional rulers, we take on to our first topic. Traditional rulers of the West region recently came